What's up, guys? It is Magi coming at you with a Junior Star League matchup between a Gold and a Platinum player. This could be Lit Esports versus Psyx. This game. Go ahead. Throw this to the game for you guys, and here we go. Spawning into the top left-hand corner, playing is the purple Protoss Pieces, currently going by the name Jesterhat in Discord. It is your boy, I'm Lit. It's Jesterhat. And why not? It looks like these probes have a Jesterhat on top of their head. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at that dome, man. Look at Jesterhat. Little point up there, you know? And his opponent in the bottom right-hand corner. They're red Zerg Pieces on Catalyst LE. From Psyx, it is Keys. Question will be, does he hold the keys to victory against this purple Protoss player? As it does look like Keys is going to go ahead and open up with an expansion, whereas Jester, he decided to wall off the low ground, because why not? That's something Protoss seems to do. I don't know, man. It's just something they seem to do once in a while, you know, just wall that low ground off. However, this probe here is going to poke around in here to see if he actually goes around the back of the mineral line or through it. He will go around the back. Always fun to see which way these workers go and whether or not people will pull their drones or pull their SCVs or workers they're mining just to kill that one worker. I know I do. It's a little bit of lost mining time, but it is always enjoyable to snipe out that worker. Like, nope, you don't get this guy back. You sent him over here to look at my base. Well, bad. But Jester will confirm that his opponent did expand, which means he will expand himself. Alright, everything looking pretty standard overall. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about the map here while we got a minute. As Proteus continues to poke around the Zerg main base. Look at, he's also scouting around here, making sure there's nothing too cheeky. Now, one change they did make to this map is they did add this decal here that says caution. This ledge right here, I mean, because it is very difficult to actually see whether or not that's a jump up. It is a jump up. Even over here, it is kind of difficult to see it. But once you do kind of look behind the trees and realize there's a ledge here, it is generally very easy to know that that jump up is there. That is solely for Reapers. There will not be any Reapers in this matchup, at least I hope, you know, because it would just be weird to see Zerg spawn infested Reapers, but... Anyway, we do have a Zealot popping out here. Now, generally very standard opening. It looks like the Zealot doesn't completely close off this wall either. So, have to take note there, Jester. Make sure you tighten that up a little bit, mate. Now, well off, not the most solid thing in the world, but is an exposed pylon here, and the Cybernetics core, both these pylons are very exposed. Now, say like 6 Lings show up, which it looks like he will be sending some Lings over. First of all, the Lennies are going to chase down Proteus, and make sure Proteus doesn't go home to mine once again. He's going to get in position over here. This Overlord was there. He does have speed on the way. Did he pick up an Evo chamber? Looked like he picked up an Evo chamber, but he don't want to write that off just yet. We might see some Dropper Lords pop out here. I mean, the Willard is in a very prime position there, possibly to scout for that Warp Prism to pop up. It looks like Jester will indeed fix his wall, but again, this pylon at the front still very exposed, very easy to snipe that out. A very well placed micro from Keys. One more check. Alright. Nope. With that being said, I do need my music on. I can always forget to turn the music on because I play with a different soundtrack usually through Spotify when I'm actually just straight up streaming, which I will be doing here in a bit. But first, we have this 3-game series here. And take note, I did not look at the score, so I do not know who's going to win this at all. However, some Lings here looking to want to do some damage. Just poke in here and scout around Jester's base. Keys, meanwhile, is going to go ahead and take a third base. 4-minute third. Pretty standard right now for TVs or any kind of Zerg game. Especially if you're not playing too greedy. And you're just going to get that 3 base and drone up. Yo, Andy, man. Thank you for the follow, mate. Greatly appreciate it. But why is my caster screen not up? I usually have a what? Hold on a second. There we go. There we go. Get rid of that. Alright, we don't need the camera there for the games. But let's see what's going on here. Lenny's still hanging out, not doing much of anything. There are some depths here, so either way, these Lings here shouldn't get too much damage done. Now, the other thing I didn't get to point out here about Catalyst is these rocks. There are rocks around the map that choke off the map, open the map up. Now, a lot of times, these rocks can play a big factor. A lot of engagements, you know, you play some Lurkers on the high ground, just start shelling at the low ground. Same goes for Colossus. You know, you just anytime you can see up or down a cliff, it's generally pretty I don't want to say overpowered, but it's generally pretty good. Just saying. The Overlord's still hanging out here. We do have a lair on the way for keys. We do have another follow coming in. It is Blaze Fort. Blaze, thank you very much for that follow, man. Alright, seriously, oops. Transition. Thank you. Thank you. Don't need the camera there for the gates. I'm not sure why it keeps transitioning back. I have to troubleshoot that here in a bit. But anyway, we do have some adepts hanging outside this 4th base location. I mean, it looks like he's just wanting to expand that way. I mean, I wouldn't advise it. Especially when you can knock down these rocks here and that you would just lose his hatchery altogether. The depths are going to shade up across the creep. See if Keys is paying attention. Keys not exactly seeing that, not looking. He's going to look now, however. Using that Abathur voice pack, always very nice to see. Gonna keep. Oh no! Don't rally your drones back. Jester picking up some pretty good damage here. Already killing off a total of 8 drones. He might actually get the queen for the shade. Nope, he is going to shade up into the main for some more lost mining time here. 4 keys. Link is actually coming up there to try and clean these up. The drones are going to come right back, and they're going to start to get picked up once more. The drone count is starting to climb very, very slowly. As some Lings are here to take that AI and make it attack them. But he will end up cleaning up all this. Alright, get your drones back to work. Get the Predator drones back to work. They did damage. They fought. Now let them mine. Hey, get back to work! What are you doing? He's bad. Anyway. So what is the follow-up here for Jester? Jester does have his Twilight Council finished, which means he will go ahead and start up charge. Now, I would like to see a Warp Prism play with this. There is a very... Okay, the Warp Prism is out. And now, if you're going to get another one to start warping in Zealots, a lot of Zealots at this point will basically just kill a Zerg because, like, they can't defend it with nothing but Lings and Queens. There's no Roach for it. He does have a Hydra in, so Ling Bling Hydra is the composition, but these Adepts also shading into the main. But for some more lost mining time. Take a look at that kill count. 20 drones are being killed so far. Jester putting on the hurt here. He is good. Okay, he's going to take his 4th or 3rd down here on this low ground. Again, the reason why I would say not to take this 3rd base, this location, is because of this like pile of rocks right here. Say your opponent were to walk down here and you're not, like, you don't see it coming or you don't scout it out. Just kill the rocks. And now you have time to just kill the 3rd, and you don't even have to fight the army, and you pick off a free 3rd base or a free 4th base. That's why on Catalyst it's best probably just to expand across the top or across the bottom first before you expand forward. Andy, man, if you would like to throw me some Mitosis Discord mentions, I would love that. Thank you very much. That you are, Jester. Your money is starting to climb up there quite a bit, man. I try not to look down there too much. Like, I'm just more about following the action and taking a look around in the production tab. But if you do seem to have 1-1 on the way, and there is some Hydra range and speed upgrades coming with the centrifugal hooks. So that Ling Bling Hydra composition, that's pretty much a standard meta right now for Protoss. Or Zerg. For sure, for sure. Thank you for joining me here on this Wednesday evening, guys, for these games. I am going to get back to some actual StarCraft matches later. But right now, we're just casting this 3-game series, as I said before. But it looks like both players are just going to kind of slow it back down and macro up a little bit. And I got to start to wonder whether or not... What are the upgrades here for Zerg? Zerg? Yeah, he's going to be at an upgrade disadvantage here in his next coming fight. And I imagine Jester is going to want to look to push about that 1-1 or 2 timing. It does have Templar Archives out there. So, okay, so we do have a Spire follow-up as the next... On the phone, we do have some Zealots in the main mineral line once again, getting some more damage done. Now, again, it's currently 54 to now 51 workers, and the army supply here for Keys is horribly lacking to clean this up. And if he just maxes out, it doesn't matter what the upgrades are. Honestly, if Zerg maxes out, you will be able to out DPS a Protoss army, even if they have an upgrade advantage, because they simply have more. Sometimes StarCraft is just that numbers game. Anyway, it looks like Jester is going to move out with that little bit of aggression he put down in the main base. Looks like he wants to rotate around for his 3rd. Nothing but a queen here to defend and charge lots. And Adepts in this mix probably end up falling. I mean, the army is generally out of position here. He is actually going to rotate down to his fourth base, which is going to end up falling. A great pickoff there by Jesterhat as he rotates in on the left side. Gets in here, he's going to kill off that extractor first, and then he's going to knock down this hatchery, take out Big Mama Queen. And this, oh, the mutas are out. There's no anti-air here for Jester. The muta switch might actually be a very good situation, for a very good idea here for Keys. But I imagine the damage is going to be too much here, and it is going to start to knock him down. Now, with the mutas being revealed, I imagine it's going to have to be a stalker. Okay, yep, there is a stalker follow-up being warped in. Yeah, they're actually being warped in. There's no warp prism over here. Okay, here's the warp prism. They got warped in over here behind the base. It was already killed, the fourth base. The main army of Jester will end up getting cleaned up. But now that the stalkers are out, he did get another round of zealots into the main base. A lot of damage being done, and I'm really starting to like Jester's position here. He's ahead. He's got 3 base up to Zerg's 2. But it looks like that's just going to prompt Zerg to move out, because Zerg needs to get damage done here to get back into this game. He's behind. The Stalker's going to get caught trying to run home. Not going to waste that recall energy, but there is quite a few Stalkers here. Now, 2-2 is about to finish up. This is where upgrades are going to start to become a factor for Zerg, as he still has no upgrades. As the Stalkers are just kind of waiting for the Mutaflock and the Hydras to show up, the army supply is still in Jester's favor. Actually, Keys' favor. The worker supply, Jester's favor. Gonna pick off, it looked like a or probe for Zealot. And here we go. The next engagement going to happen. These Stalkers do put down quite a bit of damage now with that 2-2 close to, or halfway done. But is there enough here for Jester? Hold on, he has some Archons in the mix. The Mutas are going to have to pull back, but the Hydra DPS is so real right now. No upgrades or not. Does get his ults in the front to tank these. The Hydras should end up falling with that. I do believe Keys is probably going to have to tap out here very soon, as he's trying to get his third base saturated and rebuilt. Baneling's being morphed in here. It looks like Jester, knowing he has the lead, just wants to tech up, you know, get some Blink out, get some more Archons out, get that 2-2 finish up, and as I do believe once the 2-2 is done, he is going to want to push across the map and go ahead and just finish off his opponent. Game number 1. Unless you're telling me you throw this. I mean, you're so far ahead here, man. You're getting your 4th base up. If only you knew exactly how much army your opponent had left. I mean, you're giving him time to get back into this game now. So once when 2-2 finishes up, I do believe he's going to want to push out across the map. He is going to kill that Overlord. You just want to float and hang out, man. He's just hanging out. He's just chilling. You know, sucking down that air. Anyway, we are going to see him push out across the map here with 2. This is a very scary Protoss army. Now, there are some anti-air. Got the Stalkers in the mix, the Chargeots, and the Archons. Splash damage from those Archons is going to be very real against nothing but 3 Hydras and a handful of Banelings. I do believe Keys is going to be in a pretty tight situation. I mean, he is trying to get army out. He's trying to get back to that muta. What does the muta count at now? He has a total of 4 mutas. There are 4 mutas on the board. Now, I wouldn't take these mutas into a fight if I was Keys right now. I mean, I would use them to kind of poke at a mineral line and try to keep this Protoss army back and buy yourself time. I mean, there's no cannons anywhere. No cannons, there's no anti-air, no defense back home for mutas. And but Jester pushing out into his 3rd base, once again, I just don't see any way for Zerg to hold on here as his army does move south. And though round of Stalkers is going to join in, army supply more than double his opponent's. Jester's going to push in his base, and Queen going to get picked off once again. 2-2 is done. These Banelings are just going to detonate all over his Archons, and that should be the beginning, if not the end, for our Zerg player in red for game number 1. GG well played is going to be called out, and that is going to be it. Jester going to pick up that win there in the first set. Let me